Are you serious, Filipov? Unbelievable back heel there. That's the most ridiculous animation I think I've ever seen in Football Manager. And that is definitely worth another look. How he's pulled that off, that's just sublime. And ridiculous. What an assist. Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode in our Rise of the Moors series. It has been an absolutely fantastic month for us. The fixtures we've had throughout the month of October are by far the most challenging sequence of games we've had so far in this series. So as I said before, we had to play 4 of the top 6 in our last few games, and we also drew Tranmere in the FA Cup Qualification game. So against tough opposition in the last month, we've racked up 2 wins, 2 draws and 1 loss in the league, but we ended the run with a wonderful result against Tranmere. Not only that, but the other teams at the top of the table just haven't capitalised on us dropping some points. So we're still at the top of the table, clear by 2 points. So overall, I'm incredibly content about the results we've racked up in the last month. So let's have a look at the highlights of those games now. So we started the month with a fantastic result away from home, this time at Grimsby. We were very fortunate because there were 2 own goals by Sean Pearson that provided us with the win. Grimsby looked particularly powerful in attack, but we just edged this game. And this really was a phenomenal result for us to go away and pick up points. We followed that game with probably our easiest game of the month, this time at home to Woking. It wasn't a convincing win, but it was one in which we weren't threatened too much by Woking, just a 1 shot on target for them. However, there was pretty poor finishing by the Moors players in this game. Ben Glasgow picking up man of the match, a goal coming from John Paul Pittman who came off the bench, and an assist for Anthony Barry there. And then came a very, very tough game away at Dover. It was a close game, I think. We were unlucky not to get anything out of it. It was a quiet first half in this game, not too many fantastic performances by a lot of the Moors players, and not too much creativity going forward in this game. And Dover looked really strong, and it was a relatively late goal by Ricky Miller that clinched the game there, and we just didn't have enough about ourselves in the last 10 or so minutes to really get back at them. Man of the match performance by Charlie Cooper in this game, but it was also a game in which we lost Eric Odiambo to injury. And following that Dover game, we came up against Bristol Rovers, who are an incredibly good team. Very strong, lots of good players throughout their ranks, and it was a very close game. Not too many shots on target for either team in this game. The possession was pretty well balanced, but it was a good draw for the Moors here, especially considering Bristol Rovers' form going into this game. Ben Glasgow picking up man of the match in a game that proved to be a really good battle against Bristol Rovers. We played quite conservatively and quite a structured system in this game, a little bit Mourinho-esque in that sense, making it difficult for Bristol Rovers to pick up any points from us. And it is incredibly important not to drop points against many of your rivals. And we ended this sequence in the league with back-to-back draws, this time away at Tranmere. There were chances for both teams throughout this game, and Tranmere started the game very brightly, hitting the woodwork twice in the opening 10 minutes. Rowan Liebert opening the scoring for the Moors, but we were quickly pegged back by Tranmere with Park picking up the equaliser. And then, as I mentioned, we drew Tranmere in the FA Cup 4th qualification round. We played them at home immediately after the league game, and this time it was a convincing win for us and everything just clicked. Played a little bit less conservatively in this game, owing to the fact that it was an FA Cup game, and we dominated. 8 shots on target, none on target for Tranmere. John Paul Pittman picking up man of the match. He scored 3 goals and an assist, and it was Kieran Bywater who opened the scoring for the Moors in this game. This was a brilliant result for us. I think we've demonstrated this year that we can compete with some of the bigger teams in the league, and it was particularly pleasing to beat Tranmere in this game, especially having just missed out on getting a result away against them last season when we met them in the FA Trophy. And it was the most sublime assist from Svetan Filipov in this game, who set up John Paul Pittman for his hat-trick, and we opened the episodes with that highlight. And because we beat Tranmere, we're in the hat for the FA Cup first round draw. And as you can see there, we've drawn Lowestoft away, so that'll be in the next couple of weeks. So that's a good opportunity for us to get a good win to progress into the second round. But unfortunately, we've picked up a few injuries in the last few weeks. Jamal Fifield, he's out injured for 7 weeks. So we've lost our starting left back. We've also lost our backup winger, Odiambo, so he's out for 3 months, unfortunately. And really, that's compounded by Bywater. Kieran Bywater's also injured, so we've lost him for about 2 weeks. And we've also lost our youngster and backup left back, David Roberts. He's out for a couple of weeks as well. Those injuries in the last few games have really hit us hard because we've lost our starting left back and our starting right midfielder, as well as the backup for both of those positions respectively. So I've had to hit the loan market to get a bit of cover in for the short period. And the 2 players I've brought in are Noah Chesmain and Stephen Kinsella. So Chesmain's a good left back. I was looking at him earlier on this season. He's actually been playing at Dover. He's been on a short-term loan. He hasn't played too many appearances for them though, only 2 off the bench. But he's coming on a 3-month deal for us, and he's going to be going straight into the starting lineup. And the other player we've brought in is Stephen Kinsella. He's an attacking midfielder, can play on either wing, which is good. He's got a fair bit of pace about him as well, and his dribbling and crossing stats are pretty decent as well. So he's come in on a 2-month deal. He'll provide cover whilst we've got a few injuries in the squad. So a quick look at the player stats while we're here. So Ben Glasgow, he's our standout performer, 7.62 as the average rating. Other notable contributions from John Paul Pittman, Ollie Lee and Kieran Bywater there. So most goals to Kieran Bywater, who unfortunately is out injured now. He's got 9 goals for the season so far. John Paul Pittman with 7, 3 of those in the FA Cup. Rowan Liebird with 6 and Nicky Hammerlane with 4. And the assists, Ben Glasgow has been picking up a few more in the last few games as well, so that's very pleasing. He's gone 5, Jamal Fifield the 4, and then a few other players from our midfield, they've got a couple each as well. Player of the match, most player of the match awards so far for Ben Glasgow, he's on 4, Jack Byrne and Rowan Liebird with 2. So a quick look at the stats then. Eastleigh leading goal scorers with 34. You can see the big teams around them, Crawley, Bristol Rovers, Grimsby, they're all up there. We're on joint 4th, we've got 28 goals, so that's quite encouraging as well. We're there or thereabouts with the rest of our rivals. And again, as you can see, where we've dominated through our possession tactic, most passes completed, 76% for us, and that has led to our best average possession. So 56.88, not as high as I'd like, to be fair, but our pass completion, we're already 1,000 passes ahead of any of the other teams. So most clean sheets for Tranmere, they've been very good defensively, which means it's even more impressive that we managed to put 4 past them in the FA Cup game. And as you can see from the form, Eastleigh, Bristol Rovers are leading the way in the last few games. So it's very encouraging that we managed to secure a draw against Bristol Rovers. So we got our really tough run of fixtures out of the way. And in the next month, we're going to be playing a lot more of the mid-table teams. So hopefully we can really secure our position at the top of the table in the coming month. And today we're at home to 13th place Chester. And whilst we're playing them, Grimsby and Dover meet, so that's a very interesting fixture. Whilst Crawley have got a potentially tricky fixture away at Wrexham. So it's been very competitive at the top of the table. Whilst we've been drawing and our loss to Dover, not many other teams managed to capitalise whilst we were dropping points. So this is the team we're starting with today. Because of those injuries, we're having to bring in Stephen Kinsella and Noah Chesmain. They come straight into the squad. So John Paul Pittman starts at top. That's on the back of his 3 goals in the last outing against Tranmere. Nicky Hammerlane, he's playing on the left wing. Kinsella on the right. Filipov, Barry and Charlie Cooper in the centre of the park. So again, we're going to be playing 3 in the middle for this game. And at the back, we've got Chesmain. Keenan Kwanzaa is coming in for a run out. Scott Tancock and Ben Glasgow. And ever present in goal, Luke Simpson. We're on standard mentality today. We've reverted to our flexible team shape, having started as a structured unit for the last few outings, especially against those tougher opposition, and our usual possession-based philosophy on the team instructions. So we're just favourites for this game. These are the fixtures against the more of a mid-table opposition that we have to be securing wins against, especially playing them at home. So Chester playing a 4-4-1-1 formation, so we may need to drop Barry back into a defensive midfield role at some point in the game, just to nullify the threat of their attacking midfielder. And because of that, we're going to make sure that we're marking him tightly and always closing him down, as well as their main striker, as well as their fullbacks and wingers as well. So team talk today, just a little bit of encouragement. I think we've got enough about us to kill off Chester. It's the Moors to start the game. Bit of a clash in kit again. So we're at home to Chester. Nothing really happening in the first 15 minutes of this fixture, but we're dominating possession and our pass completion rate is pretty good as well. So it's a free kick, it's delivered by Charlie Cooper. He's picked up the ball again, he's at the side of the box. He finds Filipov at the edge, but the shot's blocked. Barry collects it. Back to Tancock. Long ball forward. It's Kinsella through on his debut. It's a good save really, and it's going to be a corner to the Moors. Barry to deliver this corner. Whipped in, Filipov, and that's wide. So other than that, we haven't really created anything else for ourselves. Grimsby are 2 up at home to Dover already. Another corner. Barry delivers again. It's cleared, but only as far as the set piece taker. Drills it across. Kinsella! Stephen Kinsella. The goal on his debut. He peeled off his defender and he rifles that into the back of the net. No one marking him really, had all the time in the world. That's a great start of his Moors career. So half an hour in, we're 1-0 up. Anthony Barry with the assist there for Kinsella. It's Cooper with another free kick. That's delivered. Hammerlainen at the back post. Nico Hammerlainen. What a good delivery there from Charlie Cooper. And we're 2-0 up before half time. A long looping cross there, and it was Hammerlainen. Did he take that on the volley? He may have done. Right into the corner of the goal. No one's going to pick that one out. And that's half time. We're 2-0 up. Some good performances from us in the midfield there. John Paul Pittman's having a quiet game so far though. I'm going to drop Barry back at this stage. I will really want to cement our lead here. And I'm going to tell Barry to pick up John Rooney, their attacking midfielder. And tell them we're happy with 45 minutes in. Good 2-0 lead over Chester at this stage. And it's Chester to start the second half. So the possession, as well as the opportunities, are looking good for us at this stage. Oh, and this might be down to 10 men. Yep, there we go. Chester down to 10 men as well. So some interesting results going on. Eastleigh Lincoln looks like a good game, as well as Tranmere Whitehawks. They're both drawing at the moment. I'm going to make a substitution at this stage. Pittman just hasn't contributed today, so Rowan Lybird's going to be coming on for him. Very happy with some of these. Filipov again, he's having quite a quiet game. So I think Thano, he's going to be coming on for him. And we're going to be dropping Thano to a deep line playmaker role. So Scott Tancock, he's picked up another yellow. So I think that might be him suspended for the next game. So 30 minutes to go in this fixture. We're dominating on possession and our pass completion rate. Not too many opportunities for Chester throughout this game. They're playing out from the back. Ben Glasgow wins that, but Chester have recovered the ball. It's Brown bombing down the left wing. Oh, he's beating Glasgow too easily, I think. He's found Austin at the edge of the area. He drills it. What a save! And Kwanzaa clears. I'm going to bring Matthew Fletcher on for a run out. He's going to be coming on for one of the goal scorers, Nico Hammerlainen. So into the last 10 minutes here. We're not going to show the corner for Chester. And that should be it. And Eastleigh have absolutely smashed Lincoln. 6-2, it's going to finish there. And this should be the last highlight for this game. That's a pretty good win for us here. Quite comfortable. We didn't allow Chester to have too many opportunities there. And player of the match there for Charlie Cooper. He picked up an assist. Barry with the other assist. And goals for our debutant Stephen Kinsella, as well as Nico Hammerlainen. So quite a pleasing victory for us there. Yes, we're against 10 men for most of the second half. Goals in the first half for us, and we saw out the game. Eastleigh have had a fantastic result away at Lincoln. That was a tough place for us to go, you know, and Lincoln seemed to be dropping down the table quite rapidly. But Eastleigh putting 6 past them and 4 goals there for Midson. Grimsby, they've picked up a fantastic result at home to Dover. They're a fantastic team, Grimsby, and I think our victory away at Grimsby at the start of this month may prove pivotal in our season, really. And Crawley, they lost away at Wrexham. I thought that was going to be a difficult game for them. And interestingly, Woking have picked up a win at home to Bristol Rovers. So a few of the top teams dropping points here. So that leaves us top, and we're now 5 points clear. So a good victory for us. I'm hoping we can get some back-to-back victories in the next month, especially some against lesser teams. We've also got an away trip to Lowestoft. They're from the Vanarama National North. So that'll be in the FA Cup first round. So in the next episode, we'll be coming back towards the end of November. I think the Eastleigh game at the start of December probably would have been a really good tie to show. But that weekend, I believe, will be the FA Cup second round weekend. I'm expecting that Eastleigh game to get rearranged anyway. We've already shown the Crawley game. That was our fixture at the start of this campaign. So I think in the next episode, we're coming back for the away trip at Macclesfield. So that'll be towards the end of November. So between now and then, we've got a few decent games that I'm hoping that we can pick up wins in. Forest Green is probably the most standout, difficult opponent there. We also have to play Alfreton at home, so they were the team that got promoted with us last year. So thanks for watching again, guys. I'll leave you with another view of that fantastic Filipov assist from the Tranmere FA Cup game. Do let me know in the comments if you've had any other interesting sort of backheel animations like that. I've seen an awful lot of these backheels now so far in FM16. So let me know if your games are filled with them as well. And do drop a like on the video if you're enjoying the series so far. Subscribe for more Rise of the Moors, and I'll see you in the next episode for the game away at Macclesfield. Cheers.